Hi there. I am happy to be here to talk about grounding and clearing our energies. And then we're going to end with a meditation. So I'm a little bit nervous because I don't like to, do things like this, but I have to honor the guidance I've been given and the push that I've been given. So here I am. Hey, Leslie. So this week, we had a blow to our community where a friend of ours passed away, and he's in his 40s, and it was just terrible. And when I was visiting with some friends on Wednesday night, I started talking about how, after dealing with the funeral and the wake and all that, how the wife, the widow, should clear her energy because so many people's energies would be attached to her, and she should just really be mindful of the energy she's in. And as I was explaining to them about the basics of energy and grounding and protecting our energies, I was like, I think I have to do a Facebook Live about this. And then of course I ignored it and didn't want to do it necessarily. And then this morning I woke up and it was like, do it today. So I was like, fine. So here I am. So whether or not you know about energy on a level of as an energy healer does, or if you're just kind of new to it, but you believe in it and you're open to it, I figured it'd be good to just share this information. So our own energy, we're like sponges. We can take on the energy around us. And I was also on Wednesday, I had a hard time sleeping. I woke up at 3 a.m. and never went back to sleep again. And even a friend reached out and said, are you feeling stuff going on? Because I feel like there's a shift. And so I was like, yeah, I think so. So whether it's astrological or the political stuff, how can you avoid that? It's just in the air around us right now. And we're so inundated with so much energy that we really need to practice good energy hygiene. So that's what the purpose of this is to kind of give you some tips and tricks on how to ground and protect your energy. And also, the meditation to kind of chill us out and set us off into the weekend. With a big full moon tomorrow and then, the election on Tuesday, we could all benefit from some relaxation, clearing, and protection. So the basic thing with grounding your energy is to really just identify your energy as yours. So if you're feeling swept up in other people's stuff, and you might not realize it's other people's stuff, take a second to pause and go within and just be like, okay, is this mine? And just kind of tune in and see what you notice, see what you feel. And whether or not you hear things, or, not everybody's clairaudient where they're hearing messages, but maybe you'll get a sensation in some way or another where this isn't mine. You get some kind of indication. So first off, that's important just to no, this is not my stuff that I'm carrying. So you identify that it's not yours. Thank you. Release it. Let it, go back or go back out or whatever. So that's helpful. And then another thing for, hey, Emmy, another thing to help protect our energy is always exercise and outside time. So to just get outside and get in your body, not to protect your energy, but to ground your energy. So time in nature, using crystals if you like crystals, using essential oils if you like them. You really got to find what works for you. Even eating root vegetables would be beneficial. For me, of course, I'm a crazy crystal person. So I've got, my black tourmaline here, and I've got my pyrite, and of course, smoky quartz. So I'm this is also because I'm anxious and nervous about teaching and doing these things on Facebook Live. But they're also just important to kind of keep us in our own energy. And you could put your hand on your head, and your other hand, my camera's not far enough down, but my other hand's on my solar plexus, right below where the ribs kind of connect, and under your bra. So your two hands, one on either spot, and just kind of you just take a big deep breath in and out and just be in your body, kind of bring your energy back into yourself. So that would be another way to kind of shift gears. And there's a lot. I don't know that I wrote many notes, but I'm gonna look at what I wrote. Oh, the Epsom salt. So that's Epsom salt, sea salt, or Himalayan pink salt. I guess you could use kosher salt if you had nothing else. I'm sure it'd be fine. But whether you use it dry or use it in water, what I like to do is put a cup of it, or whatever amount, just like a big, I forgot to silence my phone. But if you take a salt bath, or even just a foot soak in salt, it'll help kind of rinse your energies. So you'll be, it's like a windshield wiper to your energy field. So doing that would be a helpful thing to just like take an exhale at the end of the day. So that I recommend for almost every day. I mean, really, I don't do it every day, but sometimes I do. It just depends. But if you're feeling like anxious as you're going to bed at night, like you kind of can't get thoughts out of your head, or you're replaying scenarios that happened during the day, go soak your feet in hot salt water for just a little while. I mean, I just stand in the bathtub and kind of stomp around till all the salt's dissolved, and then I just kind of hang out. Sometimes I put my hands in the water and I'll just take them out and kind of like just gently kind of coat my whole energy field. And that really, it makes such a difference. It's my favorite thing. And then, burning sage, or if you have like sprays that you put into like essential oil, like with like rubbing alcohol and water, you can make sprays that are with grounding oils and protecting oils. Frankincense, patchouli, sage, Palo Santo, and cedarwood are in my blend that I like to make. But whatever you have that, works for you, or you could do your own research and see. But these are ways to kind of clear your energy at the end of the day, or even to protect it before you start the day. And then one thing I wanted to mention, because I'm going to get into the meditation pretty soon, I think, and like, I guess if you have any questions or anything, feel free to comment. But, okay, I remember my train of thought. Your energy field, a lot of times you might think about it, so it's like egg shaped. So it's around your whole body. It extends out maybe like as far as your arms, like depends on what you're doing. You could have really big ones if you're like really actively practicing stuff to expand your energy field. But ordinarily it would probably be about this far out. My hands don't show up. But so you want your energy to be clear. And sometimes you might hear people give tips about wrapping yourself in light and that kind of a thing, which of course I'm all about. One thing I'm not all about is people who say make it reflective, like aluminum foil, like shiny metal, and like bounce it back, or mirrors, bounce it back. I don't want to bounce back people's bullshit. I don't want more bullshit in the air. So instead of bouncing back stuff, like send that energy back to where it came from, or that kind of feeling, like I don't like that. There's enough negativity. We don't need to bounce it back out. Or I'm rubber, you're glue, that kind of thing. So instead of that, you can picture like a rose quartz, or like a compassionate pink color around your energy field. So that way, whatever comes through gets transmuted to love, and that can get sent back out, because the world, of course, needs more love. So visualizing that around your energy is much more compassionate and nice and loving. So like, as you're getting up in the morning, I mean, you can start off with gratitude. That's amazing. That'll definitely lift up your vibration. Getting out in nature and walking and just connecting to the earth in a very real way. I mean, now it's getting colder out, so it's a little tricky to be barefoot, but you could even just lean on a tree and try to feel its energy. And like, you can ask the tree to take all your stuff that you don't want to carry anymore, and the tree will take it. You're not going to burden the tree, and it'll only help you. I spent lots of times with trees this summer, and it was just amazing and magical. And I could feel the energy of the tree. Sometimes when I close my mind, I could even see the plant cellular kind of shapes. It was crazy. So the trees are so helpful for grounding us. Another exercise you can do with built up stress and issues. I brought this up in one of my classes recently. Oh no, my cat's gonna jump on here. Don't jump on me. Another thing you can do is put all of your stress and just think of them as like individual articles of clothing, and just throw them into like a suitcase, and just keep, every issue that you got, just shove it into that suitcase and zip up that suitcase, and then ask the angels to take it. Please take my, these things that are stressing me out. They're not serving me anymore. Like, carry them off. And that can have really profound effects. So grounding, connecting to the earth, protecting your energy. In the meditation, I'm going to talk about the auric field and Like I said, it's egg-shaped. So if you can picture the boundary of the auric field being solid, not in an aggressively closed way, but just almost like my mom used to make pudding from scratch, like that pudding skin. See the cat? Like pudding skin, but maybe thicker. But you know, that doesn't have to be like an armor, you know, but just you want the auric field to be closed on the edges. And maybe you're not visual, but you can intend it, you can feel it, however it comes for you. I happen to be very visual, so that's all my references. But you want your auric field to be tight and closed, because if you have any openings or tears in it, then like, you know, the negative bullshit can pull you down, and you don't want that. And if you are in a funky space, you know, journal out or write out a list and burn it. That will help get rid of all of the stuff that you don't want to carry. And with the full moon coming, it's perfect because you can make a list of things that you're looking to release and let go. And you could, you know, if you have like a safe place to burn stuff, it can be really cathartic. And it's really cool too, because you'll watch the way things burn, your different intentions burn differently. And that gives you like a great feedback loop on your readiness to release these things. Let's see what time it is. Wow. Hey, it's 1:11. So I think that's that for the lecture aspect of this Facebook Live. One other thing that I wrote down, which I think is funny, you've probably seen this in a meme, but it says like, inhale the good shit, exhale the bad shit, or exhale the bullshit. So to just kind of stop and breathe. And it's, you know, it's easy to get swept up in stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, I'm not really breathing in a helpful sort of way, just shallow breath, anxious breath, you know. So do that intentional breathing. So yeah, I guess that's it for this part. Hey Linda, you hopped on just in time for the meditation. I'm about to start. So I think that's all. My favorite thing is the grounding stones always. Like, that's my favorite thing. I even have a giant piece of smoky quartz here too. So what you can do is just close your eyes if you want. It helps always. I'm gonna close my eyes too. And just start taking some big deep breaths. So you can take a big deep breath in and kind of fill up your lungs as far as they go. But then you hold it at the top for a few seconds, and then a big exhale through your nose and make a noise. In yoga, they call it the Ujjayi breath, Darth Vader breath. And then you pause at the bottom before you take the next inhale. Also known as square breathing. They might have another name for it too. 4-point breathing, I'm not sure. But you're taking a big inhale in, pause, 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 exhale, and then pause, 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 and big inhale. And if you ever need to, and then I'm pausing, and then the exhale. If you ever need to like quickly center yourself, that's the way to do it. Just start with that square breathing. That's my favorite. Or you can just, you know, there's a million types of ways to breathe in a way that's kind of, you know, meditative. But just finding your breath is the first step. And then you could always just follow the breath and just let it have its own natural rhythm, and just notice the inhale and the exhale and the way your body, if you're laying down, it's really obvious when you have like you feel your ribs really expand, and then you feel everything kind of contract down. So you're just taking it back to a very basic thing of just breathing. I think it was during my meditation this morning that I was like, oh, I have to do this Facebook Live, because I thought about something I hadn't done in a while, which I'm going to tell you about now. I picture like ginormous stirrups at my feet that I'm strapping onto my shoulders, and at what would be the shoes are these giant pointy spikes. So it's like you're implanting like deeply into the earth and just putting your feet firmly into the earth and pulling these stirrups up onto your shoulders. And so you're like really feeling grounded. So you picture these big stirrups stabbing into the soil below, anchoring yourself in, and then picturing roots coming out them and connecting deeper and deeper into the earth. Connecting into the core and pulling all that energy up all the way to your feet, the bottoms of your feet, your ankles, letting that energy rise through your calves, your knees, your thighs, hips. So you're breathing in through your feet and then breathe out through the top of your head. And then next inhale, breathe in through the top of your head and out through your feet. And feeling this energy rising up now. It's at your stomach area, sternum, chest, shoulders, the back of your neck, the front of your throat, the top of your head, throughout your whole head. And just feeling yourself fill up with light. Picture this golden light filling you up. Maybe you want to picture white light. Whatever color comes to you is fine. I like to picture golden light. Inhaling through the top of your head and out your feet. And just feeling your energy expanding outward and kind of clearing away any of these stray bits that are no longer serving you. And if you haven't mentally called them in, I forgot to call them in first. Call in your angels, your guides, ascended masters, ancestors. This team of support that you have with you all the time, and we just forget sometimes. So just call them in and surround yourself with them all. Feeling your energy widening. Call on Archangel Michael to cut any cords that need to be cut. Nothing that's serving you is free to go. You could even picture sometimes like a lint roller to your energy field, like you're just being cleared out. Just feeling your energy widening and lightening up. Know that you can trust in the signs that you get. Ask for signs, ask for that connection. And it feels so good to be in this wide open, clear space. It's hard to want to leave it. Just picturing the energy flowing through your body from head to toe and from your feet to your head. And just little stray bits being pulled off. Thanking your team, thanking your guides. Remembering to call on your angels. They're there to help you. We have to just remember to do it, to actually ask. And don't dismiss the signs when you ask for them and they come. Just say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And wrapping ourselves in light, that whole egg-shaped auric field around you, and going through and surveying that auric edge, making sure there's no holes or tears. Sometimes I've seen it where it almost looks like a tire is like about to blow. It's like shredded. So just, spackle it up however you visualize, whatever sounds good or feels right. Just making sure that everything's tight and secure and that your energy is clear and protected. We want to clear our energy before we wrap it and protect it. So that's the idea. And kind of coming back and feeling your body, the weight of your body in the chair that you're sitting in. And know that it's really just this easy, but it's simple things are also hard, So you just got to make that space for yourself. And thanking your guides and your team and everybody to show up. And thank you guys for being here. I feel bad leaving you like this. So just kind of come back to center. You can put your hands at heart center. You can lift them up to your forehead like at the end of yoga. And just thanking each other for showing up. Thank you for being here. And just feeling blissed out and balanced and happy and joyful. And knowing that we're all connected. Don't worry about all the drama. Go back to your breath. Go back to your center. Love your neighbor. Don't worry about the politics. Focus on what you want to see come, how you want to feel, what you want our country to look and feel like. So with that, I'm going to close this. So feeling nice and light and bright. It's funny, I could feel everyone's energy that's in this. So you can take another deep breath in and out. Kind of wiggle your toes a little bit. You're welcome, Leslie. I'll pull a card just to end it. But yeah, it's so hard to leave these happy places. It's so important to get quiet and do this stuff. One thing I forgot to say, which if you're still in a little trippy space, you can go ahead and do. Picture your whole auric field being kind of scrubbed with bubbles, like champagne bubbles, and that'll like kind of lighten and brighten it up even more. So, all right. Like, yeah, media. I pulled the media card. Sometimes these cards come out and it's like exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm like, yeah, I know I'm on media right now. And agent or manager. I don't know why. Your work expands its reach as you partner with a professional who can help you. I don't know if that's relevant to you or not, if that's just for me. I'm looking to host some calls coming up actually with a variety of people that have, their own unique offerings. So I'll be doing, I think I'm going to be doing Facebook Lives. I don't think it's going to be a private Zoom call. I think it's just going to be out. And, a variety, just a couple different people. I don't know. I don't want to say anything yet because I have to firm it up, but it'll be a good time, I'm sure. And I'm sure I'll promote it and talk about it. So divine guidance. I just had to pull a second card. The idea is you're receiving or heaven sent answers to your prayers. So trust in that. That's what I'm saying. So thank you guys for showing up, and I'll talk to you sooner or later. Have a good Friday. Good luck this weekend. Have fun on the Halloween and the full moon, and try to stay sane through next week. Bye.